Welcome to the 5th edition of the Realm Report. We've had a lot of things happening in the Realm this month, despite frustration with the most recent update, so let's jump right into the topics. If you've been afraid to travel to the Nether colony, fear no longer. Chozo has recently completed a bridge that crosses over the massive lava ocean. Lava Lake Bridge features an on-foot and ice boat method of transportation. This is something that was requested by a few Realm members, so thanks to Chozo for quickly making this happen. On the morning of the 16th, Skull Reaper reported finding several missing chunks all throughout the realm, and more specifically in well-established areas. While this situation was initially resolved using a backup, the issue occurred again on September 21st. It was my hope at that time that the problem would be resolved with the 1.17.30 update, which was released that day. But on the 23rd, the same thing happened again. So you may be asking yourself, what's causing this? But I think that's the wrong question. You should be asking, who is causing this? This is an act so diabolical, so sinister, that it could only be the work of one Realm member, and that's Plague Doctor 487. When this incident first occurred, several people pointed out to me that many of the newly generated chunks were seemingly from a snow biome. Now, for those who don't know, Plague Doctor is notorious for consistently building in snow biomes, despite openly stating numerous times that he hates snow. So what is Plague hoping to achieve with this? Well, I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I believe that Plague Doctor is attempting to convert the entirety of the old world into a massive snow biome in order to justify the expansion of his hideous, snow-blocking glass shield so that he can fully obstruct the sun and single-handedly bring an end to life in the old world as we know it. But that's just my theory. It could just be like a weird bug or something. Speaking of Plague, Plague Doctor Industries held their first ever build competition from August 27th to September 5th. There were a bunch of impressive and unique builds submitted for the competition, with Pepper taking first place, Chozo came in second, and Camper secured the third place spot. Overall, the build contest was met with a lot of positive feedback, and it's definitely something we may do more of in the future. Unfortunately, I have some sad news to discuss this month. Longtime Realm member WhiteLikeToiletPaper, who occupied the Nether Hub for a period of 7 months, was brutally murdered by Sam is Gaming earlier this month in what has been called a freak accident. A funeral was held mere minutes after the incident. I've prepared a small tribute in honor of our fallen friend. While this loss has hit many of us hard, there's one Realm member in particular who has been deeply affected. Upton has recently set out on a mission to see that no more chickens die in the realm. He's been traveling all around the old world to put an end to chicken killing machines, as he calls them, but he needs your help. He's back with us today to offer a tutorial on how you can easily dismantle these machines should you run across them. I addressed this topic in an announcement on the Discord, but that post was so long it rivaled the Declaration of Independence, so I'll use this opportunity to discuss some key points on the recent changes made to the shopping district this month. First, we've done away with the unspoken rule that only one player can sell a certain item in the shopping district. The goal with this is simply to keep a level playing field for new realm members interested in opening a shop. We've also added a set of guidelines for shops moving forward. No realm member should have more than 3 shops in the shopping district. However, you're more than welcome to have additional shops in other communities throughout the realm. Plot size on shops is now limited to 30 by 30. The reason for this is that people usually want to be in and out of the shopping district, and we'd like to avoid making them walk around massive builds which really aren't necessary. We've also expanded the shopping district more than once now, so we're working with limited space as is. Shops should stick to some sort of theme. This is simply to avoid having multiple general stores and help to make the SD easier to navigate. We're by no means trying to limit anyone's creativity with these changes. For a more detailed explanation of all of this, check out the announcements channel if you haven't done so already. You may have noticed a few new tabs added to the Discord this month. One I'd like to call attention to is something we're calling the network. The purpose of this channel is to help promote those realm members who either stream or create YouTube videos. It's a method of consolidating their information into one convenient location. When someone joins the network, I create a network card for them. These cards will provide realm members with all the essential information you need to know about that person's content. The only requirement to become part of the network is that you've been with the realm for a month or longer and have been relatively active during that time, so let me know if you'd like to be featured. At the end of August, I announced an upcoming change to how the activity check will be handled moving forward. Beginning this month, we're transitioning from a quarterly to a monthly activity check, which will be held on the last 3 days of every month. Where in the past I used to make an announcement about the activity check, from now on we'll be using a dedicated activity check channel, which will only be visible while the activity check is taking place. I've gone ahead and prepared this detailed tutorial on how to participate in the activity check and ensure you aren't accidentally kicked. I'd also like to add that the Dirt membership on the Patreon grants you an exemption from these activity checks if you prefer to just not have to think about it. The activity check is currently ongoing, so be sure to head over and react before the end of the month. Following the last Realm report, the Willow Classic 2 was held on August 29th. The final match put Yam Yam against Peculiar once again, with Yam Yam becoming the 2-time champ. Although the event had no major issues, we received some feedback about how quickly we progressed through the matches. There are some changes planned for next time in order to improve the event. In fact, Willow has already been hard at work planning for the next one. Panda Spleef Spectacular Round 2 took place on September 26th. Black Lightning stepped in as a last-minute replacement for Elusive Bread and ended up taking first place. Crescendo, who made his first appearance at a Realm event, took second, while Peculiar placed third this time around. Thanks to everyone who came out and participated in the event. So normally this would be the month where I talk about the next planned community area for the Realm. Ever since the Dome, we've operated on a 3-month cycle, where a new themed community would become the central focus for that time period. Well, we find ourselves at a very interesting time for Minecraft. The 1.18 update is scheduled to release this holiday season, with no confirmed date at this time. So until that update releases, we'll be deviating from the norm a bit. A project that's been discussed for a while now is the conversion of the now abandoned Empire of Victoria into an amusement park for the Realm. The ultimate goal with this is to have every attainable achievement in Minecraft available as an attraction in this area, as well as just fun and entertaining rides. Another idea is for it to feature an art gallery for pixel art as well. I'd like for this to be a collaborative group project for everything down to the actual layout of the park. I'm sure many of you have never attempted to design any type of amusement park ride, so this could be a creative opportunity for you to do something a little different. We'll also need people who are interested in helping to finish the big wall surrounding the park, so that's another way to help out as well. I'll be creating a dedicated chat channel for discussions related to this project, and I hope to see you over there. But that wraps things up for this edition of the Realm Report. See you in the realm.
Oh boy, this is a clusterfuck.
Now we're all stuck here.
Are you ready? Don't crouch, just stand.